What's going on? We are recording. Where are we at this week? Houston, doing a little pre-record. It is not too far behind. It's pretty much almost when I would be prepping my show and getting all my final thoughts anyway, so let's get going. My name's James, better known as Degenerate75, and I'm here to help you get ready for the PGA DFS that's coming up tomorrow, which I believe, once again, is this Houston. It's that close to me. Plus, I've had to fly to Houston like 25 times this year, so pretty sick and fucking tired of that place. We got some good golf. Okay, we're tuning up for the Masters. Everybody's heading that way, so you're going to get some stars mixed in, which is always nice. So let's get going. Let's talk about it and everything we need to know. There are some strategy pieces that we already know, but we could probably tweak them a little bit this week because I see some things developing out there, man. They're developing real nice, real nice. All right, new question. No, same old question. New guy. Here you go. Have you made your lineups yet? I know you have, Dickie. Everything's off. I was actually going to do like a little soliloquy. Did I get that word out tonight? About how DraftKings overdid all their, like they never make their big contest big enough. But then tonight, it's on a barely fill. It'll fill tomorrow morning. But like, I like whenever they're like this $5, I like when it's filled by 7 o'clock every night the night before because it puts so much more pressure on them to make good, well-balanced, structured contests. This week, not so much. I did see some new 50 centers that my dude ATL sent to me. So feel free to dive that in here. Just do it with the tab with the men's because that's what you're going to be playing, right? And just find good structured contests. Like generally, rule is the further you go down, the better they're going to be. And like I would stay away from these double ups. I just don't like them. It's basically catch, and I truly believe that like a Swiss monkey could win that if he needed to. Anyways, so there's that. You're gonna have plenty of time to get locked up, but guys, you guys really need to form the habit of getting in there on Tuesdays. Just telling you that right now. All right, chance of redemption. New guy. What's the first thing we always check? Non-contest wise, that's right. We check the weather, and over here at Ship It Nation, we are not poor. We can afford the outrageous $18.99 a year to get up to the second data from weather, right? And the big one is for tomorrow, 24 hours out. We always like to look at HRRR. And you can see like there might be some light afternoon showers, which I think is going to probably end up having more of an impact on Friday just because of what it's going to do to the grounds. Is it going to keep them moist, or could we still see them bake out by Friday afternoon? Because Houston be getting hot, fast. Been there, sweaty balls, even in the middle of December. Sorry, great imagery there, okay? Hopefully that gives you the one pick you need. Oh, yes, sweaty balls. He won it for me this week. Good guy. Good guy. No, that is not guy in the back. You're guy in the back. Sit down. Okay. So what you want to see here is Thursday. We're looking at HRRR. And you see like some light storms and some light winds. So I think Thursday, definitely the morning guys are going to have the edge because it warms up pretty quick in Houston. So they're not going to have to deal with as much bullshit, dew and all that and waiting for the course to soften up. They don't have to do that as much in Houston. So I would say Thursday a.m., I'm liking those guys. But it's always about the Friday a.m. And let's switch over to NAM here. We're going to switch over to NAM. And what do you see with NAM here? Well, you see it gets a pretty damn spicy on the Friday. But as of right now, all that's going to be after dark. So yes, Friday also looks very friendly to the AM guys. But it also doesn't look, it's probably a little windier for those afternoon guys. But they're going to have probably a softer course. Here's what I'm going to teach you to do. Okay? I've done this twice at the Open Championship. That's the British Open, to win some real money. And it's just trying to micro window. Try to find these guys in these little windows where you think that maybe they're going to just catch the ultimate break, right? They're going to be able to get in here Thursday morning. They're going to get their 18 holes in before everybody else gets out there. And then what time do they go off over here? Oh, yeah, they catch a little afternoon. And then go find like 10 or 12 guys in that range, right? That are in that little microwave of, maybe 20 or 30 minutes because they'll be going off tees 1 and 10. So if you can get them going off 1 and 10, you only need 2 or 3 groups within a 20-minute period. And you just pick your players from that one. It's called micro grouping, right? And when you do that, you can get some really crazy lineups. But if that little group hits and they find the right weather and everything, could be a fun little way to get different tomorrow, okay? Now, normally you want to use this at courses that have more extreme wind, but it's not like there's not nothing in Houston, okay? So just something to consider. More than anything, I wanted to introduce it because I will definitely be bringing it back to talk about on the Open Championship. So today was just a day where I wanted to tell you I was considering it, and I think you should also, right? Have some fun with it, if nothing else, and learn the process. Okay, once again, it's picking just like guys from the same weather edge. They're out there from whatever their tee time is, 8:10 p.m., 8:20 p.m., 8:30 p.m., and they all go off Thursday morning, and you get to choose the guys from 1 and 10. So essentially, in that example, if you want to shrink it down even more, you can. If you want to go down to 20 minutes, that still gets you 18 guys go off in 20 minutes. So there you go. It'd be 3 from one side, 3 from the other, and then you multiply 3 times 3. That's 9 plus 2, 18. Trust me, guys, I'm good at math. All right. So there you go. That's what I think you should consider. I also could see there being a slight edge with the PM/AM, and I could see there being a slight edge with the AM/PM. So this weather is playing an edge. Last week I said I thought people were overplaying it. We were right. It was way less than way less than a full shot, and more important, how many of the guys actually made it across the finish line, making the cut. It was almost 50-50. And I believe the winner came from the other side. So those are all things you got to consider. All right, there you go. That is all the way through weather. Let's check the next most important thing, new guy, and that, of course, is the weather. No, I mean ownership. Sorry. The French guy's a little late to the party. All right. It's very boring. This is going to be one of the most boring weather ones we've ever done. All right, first of all, we got Rory and Scotty, both over 30. If that surprises you, you probably should sit this week out, okay? Because the fact that they're not both sitting at 50 kind of had me shocked. I think they're both going to come in 35 or higher. That's just who they is. That's what they do. I actually think Rory, because we saw this, what was that, just 3 weeks ago? I think Rory is going to be more owned than Scotty. You get the $1,000 discount. You could argue that he's playing better. And, I think there's a growing Rory contingent out there that he is going to beat up on Scotty this year. And early on, the results are in so far, and he kind of is. So I'd be watching that. But regardless, I think both of these guys are going to end up being mega donkey chalk.
The man's donkey chalk, and we don't play donkey
chalk.
Him,
guys. You know this. You know we don't play him. That's how it has to be. All right, let's get over and let's get to the third one. Min-Woo Lee. Another guy I just feel like is going to move up a little bit. But, we'll stop and see. Min-Woo right now at 15%, I don't feel like that's too bad, right? That is definitely not donkey chalk. A lot of that is just because that's where guys are going to land with their second player a lot, is going to be in that 9,000 range. So he's kind of just a victim of proximity. So I will give him, I don't love it, but it ain't bad. Matter of fact, I think you could pretty much say that about these next two guys right here, right? Finau, Rye, they're just kind of there to spend some money on. They're going to be the second or third guy in a lot of lineups, so they're kind of to me. All right. I actually think Alex Smalley being the only guy really ticking the meter in 12, it's not really that his ownership is high. It's just that he's higher than everybody else around him. We're going to give the man donkey chalk.
And we don't play donkey chalk.
We don't play except when we do. Usually not when it's Alex Smalley, though. Nasty. All right, this is just me disagreeing with the community. I don't really consider any of these guys when you're down at 10, 11% as chalk, but here's just something that's undeniable. The PGA DFS community has basically got away from, just moving all their ownership onto one cheap slapdick or 2 or 3 cheap slapdicks. It gets spread around really well, and because of that, you're really starting to see the death of this chalk down here. So I don't even call this chalk, so I'm going to go, okay, that's not really chalk there, all right? All right, and then lastly, just because he's the highest owned guy down in the 6Ks, and I generally prefer to not play those guys, even though 6% is still ridiculously low, I'm just going to say it. Toasty, you, sir, are.
The man's donkey chalk, and we don't play donkey chalk.
Really tragic. It's a tragic story. All right, well, if some people are moving up, some people must be moving down when it comes to old ownership, and we call this Steam versus Moonwalk. Let's get going here. Let's give me a finger on Steam. All right. First up, Aaron Rye. I think JJ Spawn is just going to get absolutely squeezed the hell out of, and he's going to be like 5%. And I think that Aaron Rye is going to suck a little bit of that up. I think he's going to be the second guy into so many lineups. And if somebody wants to be cute and fade both Rory and Scotty, well, then I guess Aaron Rye would be the guy you would go to. So because of this, I see him sneaking up just a little bit. I think projections are putting him, ownership projections are putting him just a little low. Aaron Rye, he is going to steam up tonight. Next up, Tony Finau. Another guy that I think is just perceived in this community as being too good to be a $9,200 player. And he is too good to be a $9,200 player, but the difference is he's not playing well enough to be a $9,200 player. He's playing like garbage. I would not trust Tony here, but I do think that the community at large is going to. So he is going to steam up tonight. Stupid Tony. And last, Mav McNeil's. People like to play him. You know, they like to play him in California and Texas. Those two states in particular. He draws a lot of love, a lot of attention, and he's played well. So I think you're going to see him kind of steam up tonight. All right, let's get over to the moonwalk, guys. JJ Spawn. Someone's got to get squeezed. Sorry, JJ. I think he's going to come in at like 7%. I feel bad for him. But you know, we're playing a game. Maybe the game is to play him, or maybe you go do it and you check in the morning and he's 22%. And you feel like an idiot, right? That is the worst. But in the meantime, I think he is going to moonwalk backwards. Next up, Jason Day. Jason Day had his day in the sun a couple weeks ago where everybody was feeling him and he let him down. And heaven be that the PGA DFS community ever forgives somebody over the age of 32. They will not stand for it. If he was a young whippersnapper, it would have been fine. But he's not. So, Jason Day, you, sir, are moonwalking backwards. Last up, Keith Mitchell. What is Keith Mitchell going to do? Well, Keith Mitchell has let me down many times. He's let a lot of you down many times. There's a little bit of popularity he's had early in the week. It seems like it's faded. Not as many people are talking. So I am going to, in good conscience, say that he is not. That he is going to come back down to reality, and he is going to moonwalk backwards. All right, let's get to our final part here. The model, because the model is life. Because it is the model. Oh, it's all that matters. Sorry, man. If you don't know my new stance on models, I'm sure I'll shit on it later. I'm just not into it. But it can be a good way to look at the field real quick, so that's what we'll do. A couple pieces of note. I already told you JJ Spawn's going to get absolutely squeezed here as the third most expensive guy, but it also opens up the door for people like Minwoo, Davis Thompson. I cannot believe that Sung JM is coming in at like 8%. That's crazy to me. Finau, I mean, there's just like these are pretty good players, and they're getting in at like low 9,000s. There's a lot of good eating this weekend at the second-tier golfers. I don't think you're going to struggle to find good second-tier golfers, right? Let's see. So Sungjae's just been a joke. Wyndham Clark, I feel like he's kind of being disrespected like all the other guys out there. He's not a guy I'm putting in a lineup full of a bunch of, guys who like to pivot. But, I think he's like, if you want to do one gross one-off pivot, that could be him. I also think he's very useful for showdown too, right? Alex Smalley, I already talked about him being that middle-of-the-road chalk. But, I mean, like, these guys around him are just objectively better golfers. Objectively better. I'll fight you on it. Davis Riley getting some love, which is so crazy because he's all or nothing. He'll be 4 under through 5 or 5 under through 4 tomorrow morning. That'll be the only. Oh wait, tomorrow afternoon because he has a afternoon tee time tomorrow, right? Let's see here. Nikolai Højgaard. I feel like he's a really good value in this field, so I might give him a little extra look. Novak. I feel like he's a dude that's just warming up, just kind of warming up. Nobody notices him, and he could sneak up. Plus, that looks like a guy you would want to scrap with. I think Andrew Novak might be one of the few guys on tour. I'd be like, I don't want to mess with that guy. Let's see. Matt Wallace, this is his kind of time of year. Right before the Masters gets cooking in, he's $6,900. Nice. From there, Ryan Fox, what the fuck ever. Carson Young, EVR. Let's just skip to it. The one guy I'm not playing, and I already spoiled it. If you want to let your mood and your lineups be dictated by Ryan Fox, that stupid Oompa Loompa, you go right ahead. But that guy, I'm telling you, I let him out of my life. It's been a lot better. Instead of having to watch him Oompa Loompa around the course like a dickhead. Carson Young is out of the tournament. EVR has WD'd. So make sure you don't miss those guys. The one guy, my one sleeper I'm going to play, I'm going to go back up to the low 7,000s, which in my world is, oh man, I gave away my stupid sleeper. I was talking too much. My sleeper is Andrew Novak. Okay, just A, he's playing better. B, I feel like this is a good field for him. And C, if he gets in a scrap, just go stand by him. You don't want to mess with Andrew Novak. All right, there you go. That is those three for me. Dang it. Sat there and gave away my good player. But who's the one guy I'm definitely playing? You got my sleeper, my guy I'm not playing. Well, the one guy I'm playing this week, we didn't do a fancy movie. We did a poster. All right, deal with it. So here you go. The one guy I'm playing this week is, well, I feel like he's been playing a lot in America this year, and people are forgetting about him. And this is the 1 year the 1 week people have really seemed to forgot about him. Probably because his game doesn't exactly fit the course. According to whom? Neckbeards, all right? You behind your whatever? Yeah, I'll listen to somebody else this week. If he's playing well, he follows whatever course, because you got to let him cook. The one guy I am playing this week without retribution is Minwoo Lee. Let him cook. Let Minwoo Lee cook. That is who it is. We are going Houston. We don't have a problem because we got our dude Minwoo Lee. All right, guys. A quick rundown. Another incredible week over at Ship It Nation. Keep seeing those flags at the top of the leaderboards. That's what we want to see. We want to help people build their own process, enjoy the game, and have success over the long run. Plus, now we're partnered up with SaberSim, and the deals you can get by pairing SaberSim and Ship It Nation is pretty incredible. The number of people we've had sign up has been incredible. We need just a few more to break the record for March. I'd appreciate if you'd do it for me. So get in there. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. It is not that intimidating of a process, and you get the best tool in all of the land. You get the stone. You get my DJ's notes and scorecard. You get all the stuff over at the website. It is awesome. Let's go ahead and roll. This is to do a $100 drawing with me, or $100 ticket with me, preferably over the weekend. I'm not feeling so hot tonight. And our winner is Mike Petta. Reach out to me on Twitter, or if you're over on the Discord for Ship It, that's going to be better. All right, guys, please don't forget rule number 1. It has been a rough week for me, so it has been all up in my mind. You cannot take any of this stuff for granted, that there's a Houston Open next year, that there's an anything. So enjoy this week. Enjoy the content. Enjoy building your lineups. Enjoy tracking your exposure. Enjoy tilting your players, sweating your players, hopefully watching them win on Sunday night. Realize how awesome all of it was to do. All right, I think that's it, guys. Let's kick some butt, and let's never forget rule number 1. Put them hands up, motherfather.